Hello and welcome to TreeWalker Talks, episode 43, You Can Do It. Alright, as you can tell, I'm still under the weather. Hopefully this goes away soon. I'm better during the day, worse off in the mornings. It's morning, I'm actually doing this on Thursday morning. I know nothing like waiting to the end of the week there to get it out, but sometimes that's when you have time. So this is the morning, so I'm a little bit rougher. Haven't had my coffee yet. Haven't got fully awake yet, but see which is worse, doing it at night or doing it in the mornings. Homestead update. Well, I don't really have a whole lot wrote down this week, so what I did write down is our Silky had been sitting on what I thought was eggs, but it turns out she was sitting on one egg. So last year she'd tried and all of them died. She hatched like 4 or 5 out and they all died. This year she hatched one out and so far the little floof ball's still out there. So if you watched on the YouTube channel, you'll see a little bit of video of that. If not, go over there and check it out. Or if you want to, you go to Rumble. It should be on Rumble too. But it's funny because it's so small and such a cute little thing. And he's so small, it's kind of funny and amazingly clean. But he's so small, he pops in and out of the poultry netting and the other fence to go outside. And I'm trying to sit down and have an explanation with him that, that's where the raccoons and the hawks and that sort of stuff go. And I don't know if a squirrel would eat one or not, probably if he was hungry enough. But he just doesn't seem to understand. So it is kind of cute to see the little one run around in there with the mom. It does get stepped on a lot by the rooster and other guys, especially at feeding time. Update. There's not much else going on. Our Rose of Sharon. We'll just put what's growing and everything all together here today. The Rose of Sharon is flowered out. We live, a road dead ends into our front yard. So, in other words, we have a road up front and then another one that comes in and there's a stop sign. So the car lights would shine right on our windows. When a car comes up there. Well, I don't know how many years ago it has been now. I planted some Rose of Sharon for my house over here. So we've got a nice little row of it now, and it blocks most of it out. Most of them are over over 6 foot tall. We've got some pink and dark pink. I don't know, we had some white, I don't know what happened to them. But those are what I'm taking trimmings off of to put in the backyard to kind of give me a living fence back there, too. Something better to look at than the back of Menards. That came to mind because I'm looking out the window right now as I'm talking. In the backyard, the comfrey's doing good. Everything seems to be doing pretty good. The only thing I'm a little worried about is, and there's plenty of fertilizer there, and I think we've had plenty of water plus watering, but my Cherokee Trail of Tear beans seem the lower leaves are getting a little yellow. So hopefully there's not a pest there because these do take a little while, and I do have a lot of them going. This weekend I will be getting, I did plant some chicory in a container to try and make into coffee, and if I like that, then I've got more seed, and I think I did a video on it, but I kind of want to do another one. It's crazy how much of this grows wild along the roads, but I would rather have a little bit more control over what I'm putting in my body, so... But in a survival situation, if you need something to flavor your water or maybe a little kick, I've heard it's bitter, but so coffee can be too. But chicory, it's the little blue flowered plant that grows everywhere along the roads up here and stuff. And I planted some mullein. Now, mullei's biennial, which means this year, it should come up because it's hot out right now, like really hot. It'll be a small plant. And then next year, it'll shoot up the big shoot with the flowers and the seeds on it. Depending on how they grow, I do have some plans to possibly put those up on an Etsy page and get an Etsy page going. That's been my plan for a while now. It's hard to see me doing it on this small property, but I'm trying. If I had 3 or 4 acres of land that was just for growing things, I would grow comfrey, I would grow mullein, I would grow just all sorts of herbs on that, and turn around and sell them to hopefully kind of, help the homestead pay for the homestead. And if you got enough, you could actually almost be self-sufficient on the homestead, right? That's what we're all kind of shooting for. This weekend I'm going to go out and plant some more green beans, since the green beans didn't come up, and they should still have time to get a good harvest off them, especially in this heat. I'm going to plant more mullein in an area so that it'll come up. The mullein I have now is kind of in a couple pots. I just kind of want to see how it go. And I did go out in the chicory I planted Sunday, and it is already sprouting. So that's working out pretty good. I'm trying to think what else. We have the green beans, we have the chicory, we have the mullein. Too hot to do any of the greens, except for I might throw some Swiss chard out there. I didn't get that planted. I realized that. That's great for feeding the livestock, the animals, rabbits, chickens, all that. Ooh, good cup of coffee. Hey, there's something. If you listen to this and you brew your own coffee and you want to send me a bag to try, let me know. I'll try it, and I'll give you a shout out on the show, because I like me some coffee. All right, I think that's about it. I did get the fencing took down. That's not going to be staying up around the goat pen. I did wiggle, and the posts are free. So what I'm planning on doing is pulling the existing posts out, and we're going to actually reclaim that yard for outside stuff, I guess. But that's what the significant other ones. And sometimes we have to listen to her. But I'll pull those posts up and then put them where I want to, because I'm cutting it down just a little bit, and then we'll get that fenced in. And I already have I want a little stream running through there, and I've got it kind of laid out already, so we'll see how that goes. Anything else? Still haven't cleaned out the shed. It's gotten too hot, too busy. It will get done, because I really want to do some videos and stuff out there and have it set up where it's easy to do videos whenever I want to, because I have some builds and stuff I want to do for the farm. So it would be nice to have a workbench, and we can have tales from the workbench or whatnot. I kind of petered out on it between everything going on and the sickness, and it's been a rough time. But we will get it going. So then we have our own little niche. Our own little, I guess not niche, our own little corner of the area. Looks like the berries are done. Nobody ever harvested any of the strawberries. I think I'm cutting all the blackberries down because nobody harvested them. And they just kind of get in the way. And it's not like I planted them. They've just sprouted up all over the place. The other big thing I don't know what I'm going to do with, we have some mulberry trees growing along the fence line, but not where I would like them to be growing. My white mulberry died. I like mulberry trees. I know some people don't, especially if you can plant them close to, say, the duck area or the chickens or that, because then when they drop their berries, that's free food. And free food and an automatic feeder like that, that's pretty awesome. And if I lived somewhere else, I would use them a lot more. But this is growing up and through the fence. So, I don't know, we might just cut those down and see. I've got a little bit of clearing to do back there and finish getting the railroad ties in along the fence so that people can just run free back there, like the beagle and the cavapoo, and have a good old time, and it will keep the rabbits out. Speaking of rabbits, if you saw that video, I had a rabbit fly somehow, super rabbit, whatever, up into my raised bed garden, which is over 2 foot tall, and have babies. It dug down into the carrots. They weren't staying there. I moved them, and then put some hay down and put them in a spot. And then the mother either moved them or they moved themselves. I don't know. I really don't care to have them there, but my heart's too big to, get rid of babies like that. But once we're done with the perimeter fence, then we should either trap everything that's in here, and then when it's rabbit season, harvest, or trap everything that's not in here, out of here. That's the plan, at least, because I raise rabbits to eat. I don't raise them to eat my garden, and it looks like they've eaten off my broccolis. Evil little things. The cabbage. The cabbage is actually going to head. It looked like that neem oil might have worked because I didn't see any more worms on them. Now, I do think the worms have moved on to the kale, which is fine because I'll just rip that kale out and throw it into the chickens and let them eat the worms, hence turning the protein from the worms into protein as in eggs for me. All right. I think that's about it on the roundup. Sorry, I keep turning my head away because I'm looking out back. Lots of projects, no time, no energy. Might have more of that coming up. I interviewed for a new position at where I work at, and it would go from hourly to the opposite side. I would no longer be union, and I would be salary. So, hopefully, might find out more about that today. Hopefully it's a good fit for both sides, and it works out. So, okay, so let's jump into the main topic. You can do it. We're talking about the concept that if you're dreaming about homesteading, in many ways, you're probably already doing it. I know, it may sound a bit strange. You might be thinking, but I don't have acres of land or a flock of chickens or a vegetable garden that could feed an army. That's okay. Homesteading, at its core, isn't about the size of the land or the number of your livestock. It's a mindset, a connection to nature, a desire to live sustainably, a desire to live sustainably and self-sufficiently, which we kind of talked about just a little bit ago. You know, and that's my key. Several things. One, I want to be sustainable, so I'm not reliant on going to the store to buy food for my animals, that sort. The more I can get to where I'm making and creating my own stuff here, that's great. But it takes small steps. I mean, you know, you can't just jump into it and have the whole thing. For one, you need to iron out the issues that you're having, you know, like watering issues, feeding issues, housing issues, that sort. But chances are, if you're dreaming of homesteading, you're probably already incorporating the elements of this lifestyle into your daily life and don't even know it. Maybe you're growing herbs on your windowsill. Maybe you're composting your kitchen scraps. Maybe you're making homemade bread or jam. Homesteading isn't a destination. It's a journey that starts with a single step. And let me say that one more time. Homesteading isn't a destination. It's a journey that starts with a single step. And that step can be as simple as a potted basil plant on your kitchen counter. I mean, that's one of the places I started. You know, before I had the garden out there and everything, I grew herbs in my kitchen window and just kind of pulled those in and used those for cooking. That's where I found out that basil, sweet basil, right fresh from the plant, is one of the most awesome things ever. And if I thought about it, if I could get the essence oil, the oils out of it, and they smelled as good as it did, that would be one of the best soaps ever, like especially a hand soap. Oh, that sweet basil. I love that sweet basil. Okay, back to the main topic. So, how can you bring more of the homesteading spirit in your life, no matter where you are? Well, start small. Plant some herbs or vegetables in pots. Start composting. Learn to preserve food. That's a big one. You know, go to the store. I've said this before, and I'm going to do a video on it. I keep saying that. I just haven't had room. Every time I want to do something like that, I have to clean up spots to do it because it's hard to get help to clean in here. But you go, and instead of buying a small package of chicken, buy the family size. Now make your meal out of it. Take what's left of that chicken package and can it. Now, or freeze it. But let me tell you, one of the best things I've gotten, and some people don't like them, is an electric canner. I think I have a carry. Now, it won't hold as much as a big canner. And you have to make sure that it's made for canning. There's two out there right now. I think it's a carry, but it goes by different names too. And I think Presto has one. They're not cheap. I think the carry was $150 when I bought it. I think it's more now. The Presto can hold more, and I think it's more 200 and some. But the two great things about it, okay, like that. Okay, I got a package of chicken. I can get 4 pints out of it. Okay, pack them, throw them in there, hit the button, walk away. It cans it. It will release the pressure. You know, just slowly lets it go. And you can even get up in the morning and check it. And you're done. It's easy. Or when I harvest green beans, I'll harvest a little bag full. Well, guess what? I don't have to put them in the fridge and wait. I can snap them, wash them, clean them, put them in a jar, can them. You can do quarts or pints. And so if you're just doing 2 or 3 at a time, it's awesome. So there's one thing I could highly recommend. If we hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, I will buy one of the electric canners, and we will do a giveaway to one of the members. We'll do like a comment on this, and we'll randomly pick one. Remind me of that. If we hit 1,000, we'll do that, because I think it would be great for someone in the community to get that, because it's just awesome. Okay, but when you're learning to preserve food, you can even do, make your own jam or pickle your cucumbers. Freezer pickling cucumbers, or refrigerator. Wow. Refrigerator pickles. Can you tell I'm getting excited? Refrigerator pickles is an awesome way to make quick pickles, and my family loves them. Got the recipe. I think it's pretty much close to what my grandma used to use to make freezer pickles. We're going to try that too. Other things you can do: spend time in nature. Even a small city park can give you a taste of the natural world. Listen to the birds. Watch the change of the seasons. Feel the sun on your face and the wind in your hair. Forage. Go out. If you don't have a spot to grow it or that, find out kind of in your area what's growing and what you can find. Like right now, mulleins's starting to go to flower if you want to make a good tea. And I have none growing here. Yet. But guess what? On my way to work, there was that one along the railroad track. There's 3 along 2 fields that the people don't spray because it's grass for goats and that. I might stop and see if it's okay if I harvest them, because it is private property. You always want to ask first. There's that chicory, all along. You just have to get there before the state or county or that mows the grass. That's it. Rose of Sharon. You can do things with the flowers in that right now and that. You could do some guerrilla gardening too. That's going out to, say, a nature preserve or something. I'm not telling you to do this. Check your local laws. And you throw seeds out. And then you go back and check on them. Don't have to have land for that. But remember, homesteading isn't just about the physical acts of gardening or raising livestock. It's about a mindset of self-sufficiency, sustainability, and the respect for nature. So if you're dreaming of a homestead, know that you're already on your journey. Each small step you take brings you closer to your dream. And remember, it's not just about the destination, but the journey itself. And I hope you enjoy that journey. And I hope that maybe today I helped you a little bit, and maybe you're taking that first step, or maybe you're taking that 100th step. But thanks for joining me. I hope to see you on the next one. And remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.